I'm all about the Macy's Backstage Memorial Day event.
I know, so many choices.
And prices so low, we never need coupons.
Yes, please.
Love the adventure. You never know what you'll find.
Right? Shorts and sandals one day.
Sundresses and tees the next.
And swimwear? I can't stay away.
Check out this one-piece wonder.
You'll rule the beach.
Even if I never take a swim.
The best thing, there are new items every week.
Great stuff for the pool, the beach, the grill.
Yeah, when it comes to summer,
it's Macy's Backstage for the win.
Visit Macy'sBackstage.com for locations.
This is episode 1117. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and you are listening to No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I like to spend time with people regularly about talking about some element of job hunting, and this is a holiday weekend in the United States. It's the Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to keep on rolling with these shows. I also have a great announcement. I believe my content should now be available through Alexa on iHeartRadio. And in addition, I'm also planning on moving the podcast over the next few months to Spreaker, Spreaker. Now, that's probably going to mean a different feed. I'm going to be getting the details of that, and I'll have more information about that over the course of time. So I'll invite you to switch over and start following me there so that in this way you continue getting the show, and I also have some better support tools to work with. Now, this episode talks about following up on an application when you've sent it out and you haven't heard from the firm after 2 weeks. What do you do? Hope you find this helpful. Please give it 5 stars on Apple Music, on Stitcher. Try Alexa. See if you can get it through iHeartRadio or one of the other services there. Just ask for No BS Job Search Advice. Let's see if it turns up. I'm also going to try getting it on Alexa directly so you don't have to go through a service, but that's going to take a little bit more time. Now, with all of that, let's get going, okay? I'm answering a question from someone that asked, are there any successful ways of following up on an application when you haven't heard back for 2 weeks? Good question. And it's a question that tends to be asked of less experienced people rather than more experienced people. And I say that because more experienced people tend to be resigned to the fact that they've been rejected, whereas less experienced people tend to be a little bit more eager and want to pursue the application. So the first signal that you're not qualified is that it's now 2 weeks and you haven't done anything. And the firm hasn't done anything. Now, why has that happened? Now, you've applied for a position, which tells me that you've gone in through the applicant tracking system, and the probability is your resume didn't make a case for your candidacy. Or, and this is the second variable, or the recruiter who is directed to review applications has been sufficiently busy with other things that they haven't gotten to it. Now, big company has more resources, so the probability is there was an opportunity for them to follow up, and the fact that they haven't tells you that they're not interested. Small company, it's more likely that, it may have gotten lost along the way. But the first thing is, before you start chasing this application, before you do anything, I want you to get to the original job listing that caused you to apply and look at your resume. And don't think of your resume from the standpoint of, I want to do that job, I could learn it. But look at the requirements of the position. Look at your resume. How do they match up? You see, if they don't match up, stop wasting your time and emotional energy and stop wasting their time. Spamming resumes, because that's what you're doing. Spamming resumes is a useless exercise. Don't bother following up. Chalk it up to experience. And if they miraculously are interested, even though your background doesn't fit, consider it a minor miracle. But, the probability is with a large firm, you've been rejected. With a small firm, you've probably been rejected, but there's the possibility that maybe the recruiter's gotten so busy that they can't follow up. Are there successful ways to do it? I could introduce you to your mobile phone and have you call them, but there's no guarantees of that because the reality is, you're going to call up a main number, say, hi, I applied for a position. Who in recruiting would I contact? They connect you with that department. You're put on permanent hold. Eventually, you talk to someone who has no idea what you're talking about because they're an administrative person. You say, I applied for a position 2 weeks ago for such and such. They say, hold on, I'll transfer you to that person. And this is where the person would say it, or this individual would say it. They'll say to you, hey, look, if we're interested, and they'll say this more nicely, if we're interested, we'll be in contact. We're not going to interrupt our day to go looking for your application online when the probability is you just spammed another useless resume. A story from my own career when I worked in recruiting was how often I got follow-up calls from individuals whose resumes did not fit the job at all. Not even, the only thing that fit from the job requirements to their resume was having the word "the" in the resume. That was it. Both the word "the" was in the resume, the word "the" was in the job description. Yet these people were indignant that they hadn't gotten an interview. And they would scold me, they would rebuke me, and I'd eventually have to say, look, this is what the client has specified. It's a legal request, and if you're going to try and bully me, it's going to be a waste of your time. Instead, you're better off just giving me a resume that demonstrated how you fit the requirements of the position, and preferably how you also fit the functionality of the job that they'll ask you to do once you're on board. See, that's really the key, is if your resume demonstrates how your background fits the qualifications, and ideally the functionality of the position, you're very likely to get an interview. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Seriously, you've been rejected. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, here are a few ways to engage with me. First of all, I just want to start by saying that I no longer do recruiting. I coach people to perform at a high level. So again, I no longer do recruiting. But if you visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, and look at the tabs on the top, you'll see a menu of choices available to you. First of all, you can hire me to do a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, help you with a salary negotiation, answer your questions about your job search, advise you about a decision you have to make about a job offer. Those are all there as an option. I can do a job search makeover with you where we critique everything you've been doing in your search up until that point and come up with alternatives. If you're relatively early in your search, we can do a complete coaching program where I work with you from beginning to end in half-hour increments so it doesn't have to take a lot of time for each session. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/TheBigGameHunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love hearing from folks who like it and are interested in my help. Again, linkedin.com/IN/TheBigGameHunter. You can take my classes on Skillshare too and become a premium member for 99 cents for the first few months. I have a link in the show notes. Just follow that link, sign up, take my classes. Lastly, I want to mention to you, you can find a lot of information at thebiggamehunter.us, and at times it may seem like it's too much. So you can look at the best of my material at jobsearchcoachinghq.com, where I've curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. Again, that's jobsearchcoachinghq.com. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care.
I'm all about the Macy's Backstage Memorial Day event.
I know, so many choices.
And prices so low, we never need coupons.
Yes, please.
Love the adventure. You never know what you'll find.
Right? Shorts and sandals one day.
Sundresses and tees the next.
And swimwear? I can't stay away.
Check out this one-piece wonder.
You'll rule the beach.
Even if I never take a swim.
The best thing, there are new items every week.
Great stuff for the pool, the beach, the grill.
Yeah, when it comes to summer,
it's Macy's Backstage for the win.
Visit Macy'sBackstage.com for locations.